Resuming debate, reprise au débat, the honourable member for Pickering-Uxbridge.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Before I start, Madam Speaker, I'll be sharing my time with the member for Laval-les-Îles. It's a pleasure to rise in this House today to speak on Budget 2018 and the impact it's going to have on my community and Canadians across the country. Budget 2018, tabled recently by the Minister of Finance in this House, outlines the government's next steps in our plan to support the middle class, strengthen and grow the economy, and promote equality for all Canadians. During the last two constituency weeks earlier this month, I had the opportunity, like many members in this House, to have meetings with constituents and local organizations on some of the announcements made in this budget. I also spoke at both Pickering and Uxbridge Town Councils, where I provided an update to constituents and local councillors about the work of the federal government and the positive effect this budget will have on our communities. Madam Speaker, to put the debate around this budget in context, I began my delegations to my councils by outlining the economic reality we face. Despite the negative spin coming from the opposition, the fact is Canada has created over 600,000 jobs over the past 2 years. We have a resurgent economy, the fastest growing among the G7. Our constituents have more money in their pockets, and families are better able to support their children because of an enhanced Canada Child Benefit. In my riding of Pickering-Uxbridge, families for 16,260 children are receiving CCB checks with an average payment of $520 per month for a total of over $4.8 million. Madam Speaker, I cannot stress enough how big of an impact this is having not only for families and children, but for our local economy. The CCB is driving business growth, consumer spending, and helping to create and maintain jobs both across the country and in my community. That's why I was thrilled to see that in Budget 2018, our government will be indexing the CCB 2 years ahead of schedule to ensure that the roughly 6 million Canadian children who currently benefit from the CCB will continue to do so in the long term. That means that starting in July, in my community and in communities across the country, families will be provided with even greater support for the cost of raising children, and will have extra help each month to pay for things like nutritious food, sports programs, music lessons, and school supplies. During my remarks and in my conversations, I spoke about Budget 2018's investments to support low-income workers. I'm proud to say that in a world and global climate where many feel they do not have the chance to succeed or are being left behind in the new economy, our government is investing almost $1 billion in new funding per year to help low-income workers get ahead. As part of that investment, Budget 2018 announced the new Canada Workers Benefit, a tax benefit that will allow more workers to keep more of their paychecks. It builds on the former working income tax benefit and will not only encourage more people to enter the workforce, but will also provide real help to more than 2 million Canadians, some of whom live in my community. Starting in 2019, the CWB will increase both maximum benefits and the income level at which the benefit is phased out. We'll also ensure that everyone who is eligible to benefit from the new CWB actually benefits when they file their taxes. That means that an estimated 300,000 additional low-income workers will receive the new CWB for the 2019 tax year. That's real results for working people, and it will help create a more level playing field for more Canadians. Madam Speaker, achieving equality and leveling the playing field are important themes in Budget 2018. How to create a more equal society and bridge the wage gap between men and women is a question governments around the world are wrestling with. Today, women in Canada earn 31% less than men on an annual basis, and on average about 12% less in the hourly wage paid for full-time work. There are a number of complicated reasons for this, but the facts are clear. Studies also show that by closing the wage gap, Canada's economic growth would grow significantly. I want to be very clear that this is an economic issue just as much as it's a social issue. Through Budget 2018, our government is leading by example and putting in place measures to address the gender wage gap by shining a light on pay practices in the federally regulated sector and taking the next steps to create a proactive pay equity regime for which legislation will be tabled later this fall. This robust pay equity regime will encompass businesses and organizations that are federally regulated, applying to roughly 1.2 million Canadians. Strong oversight and enforcement and the requirement of regular maintenance will be included, and it will take an innovative approach so we can ensure on average that women and men receive the same pay for work of equal value. This is an issue that so many have advocated passionately for over several years, and I was proud to see the commitments made in this budget and look forward to the introduction of pay equity legislation. I was also thrilled to see the announcement of a new women entrepreneurship strategy in Budget 2018. Supporting women-owned businesses is crucial, and this comprehensive approach will address the unique barriers that female entrepreneurs face in comparison to their male counterparts. Whether it's to help improve skills or connect female entrepreneurs with mentorship or networking opportunities, our government will invest $105 million over 5 years to regional development agencies to support the growth and prosperity of women-led businesses. Achieving equality in the workforce is a difficult task, and doing so requires this type of creative thinking. It also challenges us to address inequalities at home. That's why in Budget 2018, our government has introduced a new EI parental sharing benefit. This benefit will support equality at home and in the workplace by providing an additional 5 weeks of benefits when both parents agree to share parental leave. This measure provides greater flexibility for parents to return to work sooner if they so choose, with the knowledge that their family has the support they need. To conclude, Madam Speaker, Budget 2018 is a bold, innovative, and optimistic plan that puts people first and invests in a prosperous and shared future. It builds on the investments and commitments of previous budgets in infrastructure and affordable housing. Just last week, I had the privilege of making an announcement with my Durham colleagues for a historic investment of over $94 million to Durham Regional Transit. These commitments will make and have a real measurable impact on our communities, Madam Speaker. I'm proud to support this budget and the government's plan to ensure that all Canadians have an equal and fair chance at success. Thank you.